Good evening, all the parents and the students. I welcome you all for today's webinar. Before we go to webinar, let's see what exactly Edgeroom is all about. Edgeroom is a social platform which provides personalized information to the students, parents to take better decisions. Edgeroom provides the career guidance to 8th to 12th grade students. Who can join Edgeroom? The parents, the students, and teachers. How it helps the students? Students can get information related to career. They'll witness the different types of careers that are available for them. And parents, after knowing the different careers, they can guide their kids to take better decisions. And teachers also can understand what are the different career options available, and they can accordingly guide their students. So Edgeroom is beneficial to the students, parents, and teachers. To help the students, the team Edgeroom has developed the following 4 tools, and we call them as Ed tools. Let's see one by one. Hi, in this I'm going to explain another important tool for the students and parents, that is EdBlog. In EdBlog, we see a curated content related to different topics. For example, this article, the Q&A with the expert in chemical engineering, written by a professor from Andhra University. So, in this blog, he explained everything about the chemical engineering. Why one should take chemical engineering? What is the advantages of chemical engineering? What are the job prospects? Which is the best call? Like this, Professor Chittubabu Garu explained everything about the chemical engineering. So like this, we have different articles. Let's see one more. And how to score best marks in chemistry, which was written by the senior most chemistry faculty, Anuradha Tenneti ma'am. In this, he answered the various doubts students generally have, like what are the important topics, what are the subjects you should study, other topics, the subtopic that one should study for getting better marks in chemistry. So we can have another senior faculty member, Dr. G.V. Sridhar. He wrote an article about the electronic and communication engineering. Then we have some articles exclusively for the details about the IITs, what are the available seats in IITs. So students can just click the link here. They can browse all the information here. The main advantage of this section is here you get all the comprehensive information about the 4 years BTech degrees at IITs. So we can just go through all the details of it. If a student wants to know about a particular exam like BITSAT, So a blog was written. Here, all the information related to BitChat was given. The students can understand just by looking at the article. If they want to know exactly more information, they can just click this BitChat admission website. They can go there. And even we have provided a comment section, so user can use their comment. So this is a very useful product that we developed at Edgeroom to help the students and parents to take better career decisions. Thank you.
Let's see the next one, that EdBytes. Now we call them as popularly EdNews.
Hello, in this I'm going to explain one of the most unique feature of this website, that is EdBytes. Let's see what is inside EdBytes. In EdBytes, you find the content from different sources, which is very useful to the students. In this, you can see a content related to different courses, different exams, different careers, like this. For example, a student who is preparing for JEE Mains exam, if he simply enters JEE Mains, you see the results. All the articles related to JEE Mains exam, how to prepare, what are the important dates, what are the books related. Suppose in Google, if I simply type JEE Mains, look at the results here. Now you look at the results in EdBytes. Here, all the information is related to the students' interests. For example, if I just type NEET exam here, look at the content. So here, how to prepare for the NEET exam. Everything is related to only the NEET exam. All the content is NEET and options beyond MBBS. These articles will definitely help the students. The same way, if I type same NEET in Google, what happens to see? So here, if you look at the content that you are seeing in Google, is not as relevant as you are getting in EdBytes there. So here you require further search. But here in EdBytes, the content is more suitable. Suppose a student is preparing for law, he just type the word law, you'll get all the information related to law. So this is the main advantage for the students. So those who wish to see information related to their career, they can browse all that from this EdBytes. So it is a very, very useful tool for the students who want to take their career to higher level. Thank you.
Now let's see the next one, that is EdForum. In this, I'm going to explain one of the important tools on this website, that is EdForum. In this EdForum, a student, a parent can pose the question, whatever question they have related to any course, a college, or a career. And those questions will be answered by people from different fields. Even some of the students who know the answers, can post their answers. So it is a best platform where one can post their questions, or even they can answer the questions that are existing. So you can see how to become artificial engineer, or is MS in artificial intelligence degree enough? What is the entry-level salary in US? So this question was answered by scientists at not Wiki. So like this, questions will be answered by people who are expert in their fields. So please share your question in this set forum. Definitely questions will be answered very soon. Thank you. Let's see the last tool, that is Ed Alerts.
Hi, in this, I'm going to explain about an important tool related to exams, that is Ed Alerts. In this tool, we provided the brief information about the various exam notifications. If a student wishes to see the details of that particular exam, simply if you click on it, you'll see the brief details of that exam. For example, if you look at the JEE Advanced exam, so there we have written what is the exam date and what are the timings for each paper. And if they want to see more details about that exam, they simply click the link given below and they'll be directed to the official website. So like this, they can see the details about that every exam, and all the notifications will be posted here. So students can see the information related to that exam, and if they want more details about that exam, they simply click that link, web link, and it will be directed to their original website. There they can browse everything they want. So this tool is very useful to the students to know in nutshell about each exam notification. Thank you.
Let us see what is the advantage of registering on Edgeroom. Hello, hi, this is Venkatesh Panyam, co-founder of Edgeroom. In this video, I'm going to explain briefly what is the advantage of registering on this website. First, you have to click the sign up button. There you need to fill up all the details like name, you can select the grade, you have to fill your mobile number, email address, password, you can set your password, all that. Once you register here, after registration, you can go to sign in button. In this sign in, you have to enter your email address, registered email address and your password. Then you just click login button. All the details. Once you log in, you will be directed to this My Profile page, where you need to fill up some more details in order to get the personalized experience on this website. All the notifications that you get on your mobile app will be based on this profile. Even if you don't fill these points on this profile, still you can see all the content in the website. There's nothing that can stop you. But the advantage of filling the profile is data will be personalized. All the content you can see depends on this profile that you fill. Here you can select the languages in which you want to see the content. You can choose either English or Telugu. You can choose both. Then you need to type the institute where you are studying, the board, and the class you are in, and the stream you are currently pursuing, and the interested. Based on your stream, here for example, when I click MPC, I got lot of streams. So I got engineering entrance exams. I can choose multiple. I'm interested in engineering, entrance exam. So only. Then based on these interests, you have some career options. So I just want to weather technology, mathematics and computing. You can select a number of areas related to, or I can say aeronautical engineering. So you can select all the career options related to your interest. Then simply update your profile. So now onwards, whatever you see, the content will be based on your interests. Let's see how it affects your advice. In advice, if you look at, since you have chosen MPC, all the results will be based on MPC only. Day means exam, get notifications, all that will be based on MPC only. Board exams, day advance, MSET, AVPY, all this content is relevant to MPC 3. Suppose in profile, if a student select MPC, let's see how it is going to change. Now I'll select IPC in the place of MPC. Then automatically interests will changes. So now I'm interested in, let's say, medicine. So I need to select some of the branches. So I want to do MBBS, or I can select some BSMS. Like that, I can select whatever the options I want to use. Just update. Now let's go to the same advice. Now see here, once you enter those IPC, I've entered in profile. So now look at this content I've changed. Here we got optometry, NEET exam. Now every content that you see in advice is based on your personal interests. So when I'm preparing for MPC, I'll get all the content related MPC. When I'm preparing for BIPC, I'll get all the content for BIPC. So in this way, every tool that you're going to witness, the data will be based on your personal interest. So this site completely works on the personalization. If you complete the profile, then you can experience and you can see all the data related to your career. Thank you. Now let's see why one should join Edgeroom.
What should I choose after my 10th? They say PCM has more scope than PCB. Shall I go for it?
I like biology a lot. What if I couldn't make it in NEET after 12th? Could I able to face the pressure?
I want to be an IITian or NITian in future and I need good coaching for it. Where do I take my admission in?
Now that my MCET rank is decent enough, so which colleges should I choose for admissions in Vizag?
Do I really want to do engineering, or am I just going with the flow? Well, I've always wanted to prepare for civil exams. So what should I do now?
Is CSE really worth all the hype? What about ACE and GPA? Should I do much research about it or stick to CSE? What if I don't get a job after taking up other branches? Questions like these have been haunting us for the past 2 years now. We never had a clarity as to what to choose or where to go. There always has been a doubt lurking in the corner of our minds.
But after using a platform like Edgeroom, we have been able to gain some clarity regarding our decisions and choices. Experienced people in these fields have helped us to be firm with our decisions.
What is Edgeroom? Edgeroom is an online platform that clarifies all your doubts regarding your career choices and gives you valuable advice. It has an answer for every question of yours.
Edgeroom is not only confined to science streams but also other streams like arts, commerce, etc. And since it's an online platform, you can have an access to it anytime.
This platform is run by experienced people like Venkatesa, who has been a lecturer for 2 years in intermediate. He has given the right guidance in our intermediate. Venkatesa's way of approaching the students was unique and fair, and he has always been kind enough in clarifying your doubts.
People like Venkatesh sir are many on Edgeroom who are willing to help the students. They'll help you to dream big and achieve big. So without any delay, take up your chance and make the right choice.
Yeah, this is latest EdStats. So already we have 600 plus registered members on our website, and we got so far in the last 3 months, we got more than 15,000 visitors, and we are getting every week 1,000 plus visitors. Now this is the good news. Then 19th December, we have an exciting webinar with the senior-most faculty, and not only a faculty is and a good administrator, Raghu Garu. He is the Dean in Sri Chaitanya IIT Academy. He is going to conduct a webinar on changing trends in competitive exams and strategies for success. So definitely, this webinar will give a lot of insights to the students who are preparing for various exams, and is definitely a great teacher, and not only that, as I said, is a great administrator, and his experiences will definitely help the students and parents community. This is our mission. This is our main point. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you'll find happiness and no regret. So why you need Edgeroom? This is the main reason. And if you have such questions or queries, please register at Edgeroom, and definitely all your questions will be answered in various forms, maybe through webinars, maybe through blogs, or maybe through Edgeforum. It's a place where you can post a lot of questions there, and people who are the expert in that field can answer questions. So I once again welcome all to this wonderful evening. We are going to see the website, the Edgeroom website. So this is the main platform where parents can benefit a lot from this platform. So here on the home page, you can see a lot of information related to the webinar that we already conducted. So these are the webinars we conducted so far, and So one webinar is on popular engineering entrance exams. Then one is on how to get best percentile in chemistry. Then we have how to score best percentile in mathematics, like this. So then we can see these tools now and then whenever you want. So these are the popular blogs we develop. So the main, let us see what are the people behind this. I myself, Venkatesh Parnam, the co-founder of Edgeroom, and we have Mr. Srinivas Akella, the senior mentors, and they act as the moderators and mentors for Edgeroom. And Srinivas Akella is working as a math teacher in US. And we have Dr. Haribabu. He's a vice principal at Lynn Engineering College. He's not only the moderator and he's also a mentor for us. And we have other mentors, Dr. Srinivas Garu, Satish, Dr. Satish, and even Jampan Srinivas Garu is himself is a trainer. Then we have Srinivas Gorti, the most mathematics faculty in Vizag. Vani Balagaru, she is also CEO of a company. And Sheetal Yadav, she is the today's speaker. So we are waiting to listen from her. And even we have some interns. So we have a very good team at Edgeroom to help the students and parents and as well as the teachers. So here, Forum is meant for posting the questions. Students or parents, anyone having questions can post here and the expert will answer those questions. Now coming to EdBlogs, we have important curated articles written by various people who are experts in their field. And these articles are very helpful to the students community. They can read these articles whenever they want. And even they can share the articles with their friends and other people. So we have wonderful articles that are written on various topics and the people can use those articles. Then we have this EdNews section, which is very useful to the people, students, parents, and where you can get a lot of content related to different exam like JEE exam. If they simply put the word JEE and they search for it, and they'll get a lot of articles related to JEE exam. So like this, the students wanted to prepare for any entrance exam, or they want to know information related to any career, so they can find out. For example, I want to prepare for ceramic engineering. So just simply put the word C, you can find out what is ceramic engineering scope and career options like this. Suppose I want to find out the information related to aeronautics. Simply keep the word aeronautics and just click this. So what are the courses and career options aeronautical engineering? So like this is a good place where students and parents can browse a lot of information. They can get a lot of information related to the careers they wanted to explore. And even parents also can understand a lot of information related to different exams. So for example, if you want to know the success stories of some achievers, you can find out a lot about that. So we can find out information related to a lot of people who did very well in the board exams or comp exams. So all the information they can browse here, and all these stories can be saved, and they can save, not only save, they can share also with the friends and other members of the family. So this section is very helpful to both students, parents, and teachers community. Now we have one more, that is Ed Alerts. This is a place where students can get the brief information related to their careers. So exams, not careers, sorry, exams. So you just simply find out a brief information about every exam that is there. And if they want to get more information, they can go to the original website and they can find it out. So Ed Alerts will help them to know how effectively they can use this website. So my profile is very important place where students have to give all the details about themselves, so that, as I said earlier, this website runs on machine learning and artificial intelligence. Those students who actually wanted to benefit from the website, I strongly recommend them to register by filling all the details. That if they provide all the details, the personalization largely depends upon this information. And you also can follow us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, even WhatsApp also. So the number is also there, the WhatsApp number. You can follow us anywhere. So overall, this website completely runs on artificial intelligence, machine learning. The students and parents can benefit from it. Yeah. So the speaker will join us in a few minutes. So meanwhile, as I said, we are providing information related to, so I'm just again going back. So what exactly the Edgeroom is all about. So Edgeroom is a social platform where we provide the career guidance to students from 8th class to 12th grade students. And here the teachers, parents, and students can be a part of it, where students and parents can get the information related to their career. Even teachers also can understand various career options available for the students, and they can guide the students effectively. Now, we have provided some tools that were developed to guide the students to take better decisions. The students and parents can take better decisions based on these tools. And it is very advantageous if you register on this website to get all the personal notifications. And if you really wanted to benefit from this website, I request every student and parent please register on this website, and it is completely free. And these are the Ed stats we have so far. So we have 600 plus registered members with us, and we got more than 50,000 visitors in last 3 months. We are getting an average 1,000 plus weekly average users, and every week a lot of students are benefited from this website. And this is the upcoming webinar on 19th December from a senior most administrator as well as a maths faculty. Raghu Garu is rightly working in IIT Academy in Sri Chaitanya Junior College. And the topic is changing trends in competitive exams and strategies for success. As I mentioned, he is a senior most administrator. Definitely, his experience will help all the parents and students. And this is a very important saying we follow. Don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you'll find out happiness and no regret. So I always request every parent and students, follow your dreams, don't regret later. That's what our mission is all about. Now, as I said, Edgeroom is going to help you in order to understand what are the different career options available, and using those career options available, you can choose the one that suits you the best. So if you have any queries related to your career or anything, you can please register for free in Edgeroom, and definitely we will answer all your queries. So I request every parent and teacher and the students be part of this social platform where you can understand related information regarding the career options available, all that. So let me show you the website briefly. So today we conducted one debate competition for the 8th to 12th grade students. Students participated very actively, and such programs are there in Edgeroom now and then. We want to encourage the students to participate more in such activities so that it benefits them a lot. So today we are going to see what exactly the brain gym is all about. The speaker will join us in a few minutes, and meanwhile I just wanted to show you what exactly we are providing at Edgeroom. As I said, we developed the tools like Edforum, Edblog, Ednews, and Edalerts. And so this Ednews is all about an information where you can share a lot of information related to the careers. So here the students can get any information related to their career, and definitely that information is going to help them a lot in order to understand the better career options available there. So here we can see a different articles related to people we never know. There are career options even for dance. So dance therapy, that is a unique career opportunity. So like this, we have different career forms available for the students and parents. They can choose the information, they can read a lot of articles from here, and even they can understand what exactly suits their interests. So for example, if they are preparing for medicine, a lot of information is available, and even parents also can benefit from it. So I think Sheetal Yadav have joined. Good evening, Sheetal. Hello.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. We are actually waiting for you.
I'm so sorry for being late. I just got a call, so it took me a little while.
No problem, no problem. We are actually waiting. A lot of people are watching YouTube and they're also waiting eagerly for your what called as speech. Okay, Sheetal, I'll just introduce you. Then you can take care of the program.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, good evening, all the parents and the students. Yeah, good evening, all the parents and the students who are watching this live webinar. So let me have a pleasure to introduce Ms. Sheetal Yadav. Yeah, she is currently working as a counselor with SN Junior College, Visakhapatnam. Sheetal Yadav has varied work experience of 16 years in education in reputed institutions like Amity University, New Delhi, British Council and New Delhi, Sri Aurobindo Ashram, New Delhi branch, NCRT as a title editor for English department. She also worked with the Reddington India Inclusive New Delhi as a soft skill and communication facilitator. Educated in Delhi University, graduation double masters in English and psychology with MPhil in English and worked on various research programs in USA and London in partnership with American Learning Center and British Council. She is also a certified trainer in soft skills and effective communication and a member of Indian Society for Training and Development, New Delhi chapter. So, Sheetal, you are very qualified for today's webinar. I think you have so much of experience and you are highly qualified, and we have a pleasure to invite you to this platform. And definitely, I think your work will definitely help the students and parents. Now your time, Ms. Sheetal. You can share. I'll make you co-host. You can share your PPT.
Very good evening, everyone. Sir, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be present among you all and speak about the area which usually is not really felt important as. My today's today's whole attention would lie around the brain gym exercises. Usually, when a child gets into education mode until class 5, their way of education is absolutely different. All the other areas are given equal importance as compared to academic subjects, math, physics, and science, and all that.
I agree.
From 5th standard to 10th standard, the focus slightly changes and more attention is given only to academics. Excuse me. After 8th standard, during 9th and 8th grade, most of the focus is only on academics. The child only, I'm sorry. The child is only expected to work upon his academics. By end of 10th standard, when we get into 11th and 12th, be it any board all across world. So right now, whatever I'm talking is only not how it goes in India, but how it is globally working. Yes, of course, a few countries, a few places, there are new branches which have evolved. There are new ways which have evolved out of this extra co-curricular activities only to bring space for the children who do not have that capability to do well in academics. As everyone knows and everyone keeps talking about, every student is not made for science and maths. It's an accepted fact today that arts, other branches of commerce, mathematics, research, other vocational subjects, it all has been included into Indian education system as well. But the question here is, are we really getting the benefit that we should be doing it out of that? It's not about the subject that you study. It's not about maths, physics. It's not about arts. It's not about the subject that you study. It's simply about grasping, understanding, and actually absorbing that subject inside you, be it any subject. Now, the question is, are we really doing it? Where is the focus that we usually, where is the point which we focus upon? Is it the learning of the subject? Is it the way to write your exams? Is it how to present among his other classmates or friends or peer group, or how parents portray his child to be? Yes, of course, it's all about that, more than more actually understanding the subject. We all of us, I mean to say, everyone, each one of us have started living a life which is actually not real. We are all living a fake life. A fake life? Yes, a fake life. Why? Do we really study maths when we are studying maths? Okay, fine, maybe first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, then onwards. Our mind goes wandering somewhere here and there. We wander somewhere. Physically, we may be present in the classroom, but where we are actually wandering mentally? How often a teacher can even judge a child sits nicely? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They keep doing that. But actually, there is the question. And it's not just about the classroom, it's everywhere. Let's say we sit down to paint and draw, art and craft. First 15, 20 minutes, you would be there in the activity. Then onwards, you get lost somewhere. Children and parents, adults of any age, watch yourself. Look at yourself. Be cautious. How things are, how you're doing about it. How are you performing? Is your conscious, subconscious mind working together? Is it giving you the result that you want by working? Is the coordination between all your activities actually there or not? Well, brain gym is actually about bridging the gaps between your conscious and your subconscious mind. When I say brain gym, yes, it includes a set of physical and mental exercises, and as every 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 activity, everything to run, it needs a platform. We cannot do things in air. Can we run in the air? We can't. We need something to step on. We need we need a platform to run. We need road. We need a jogging track. We need sand. We need earth under our feet to run. So same ways, when we say brain gym, well, there are a few things that brain gym needs, a platform that the brain gym needs. So I'm going to explain everything that includes, from what are the prerequisites for the brain gym and what brain gym is all about, and most important, what it does to you as a student, as an adult, as a professional, as a person working for service industry, where you have to be presentable, all you're expected to be presentable all the time. So we are going to do all that, and then I'm ready to answer your questions. I want you all to raise and ask a lot of questions so that I go on answering, and you get the benefit out of it. So now I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, Sheetal, I made you a co-host.
Yes,
now. You can share.
How many of you had actually heard about what brain gym is all about?
No, this is the first time I never heard about this word.
How many of us actually know what gymming is all about? Usual gym, the normal gym that we go to.
Yes, somebody
Anyone?
can answer it.
Anyone who do we know why do we go to the gym? Do we know why do we go to the gym? Somebody.
Mama Hesh, you can unmute yourself and you can answer.
All right. Now I'll be showing you a small presentation which will give you a fair idea about how I want and how things are. There are All right, sir, I go ahead with my screen.
Yeah.
Please, if any case anyone has a question to raise, you can always do that. Don't hesitate in asking me anything. I'll be more than happy to answer your queries. Even in between, if suppose you want some query, something to be resolved during the presentation, please feel free. Brain gym. Brain gym is actually a set of exercises which we usually do to keep the brain active. Nothing in our body, no organ in any human body or any super body can be active all the time. That means 24 hours. So our body, as grown up and conscious people, we have to understand what is the active time of our that particular organ, or how to activate our organ in certain times. So here we are talking about brain. So we are going to learn about how to keep our brain active most of the time, or enhance the activities and alertness of our brain as and when needed. Basically, this is nothing new about it, but yes, as a science stream, it is the new science of the brain that calls for it brain gym, the exercises for the brain. This is how I'm going to present it today. Now, if we all know our body and our brain, so-called our mind, actually our mind. See, brain is the physical platform that we need, but how learning happens is through our mind. How is our mind, brain, and body connected? How is it connected? Well, it is connected through nerves. We all know that we have nerves all our body. When we were in class 7 or 8, we had learned that our body has nerves, different types of nerves, and how signal and messages are passed through these nerves. So brain and body are actually connected through a live thing. It's not a transmitter which is fixed and can be repaired as and when needed or replaced. Here, no replacements. It only repairs. Repair also has a different way of doing it. So it is the nerves that we actually that actually makes us function every day. It is the nerves that make us do everything. What is the prerequisite to have a memory? Now, what is a memory? Well, the prerequisites to have a memory are, there are two aspects, physical and hardware. Physical is the hardware system, mental is the software. What is body? Well, body is our, our bones, muscles, all the systems that we have. We need that. Without a body, nothing, no mental, no memory can work. And for mind, mind is the element of a person that enables us to be conscious, to have a feel of out of it. Every time who have heard me before, I always talk about how do you feel about it, how it comes to you. Well, all my dear listeners and my viewers, please understand, feelings are very important. How you feel about everything is actually the end result of what processes have already happened in your body, in your mind, in your brain. When you look at something, when you eat something, when you listen to certain kind of a music, when you meet somebody, when you touch something. So all the 5 organs actually leave an end result, which is in the form of feelings. And feelings is something that we keep stored. It remains stored in our body. So how you feel is very important. Now, our nervous system, the whole system, God has made a beautiful system in our body. No one created it. No one designed it. There were no, in fact, we don't even know if there were many designers sitting our body. But if we look at it, trust me, friends, it's a beautiful system with no flaws at all. How these flaws and repairs and replacements and all these things happen only when we human beings started interfering with the self-working of our body. It was only then that we had difficulties. Of course, things collapse, things repair, things wear out, that usual wear and tear keeps happening. But our body has its own system of repair and even give signals out, even understand, know very well, a very sound mind to let us know that there is a problem that calls for a repair. Well, our nervous system is something which helps us think, memorize, learn, and feel. Our sense organs, they are the sensors which let such signals inside our body and brain. A nerve is a cable like a structure, so this is how it works. It's like a structure and it works. It has it has a way, it has a path. Now, how do we know things? Let's say here in the picture, there is a person who puts his hand, stretches his hand out on a flame, and his brain is informed that there's heat present over there, you can burn yourself, and then again a message is sent to the fingers that withdraw. So this process of touching the flame, message going, processing, message out, well, it's in fraction of seconds. It's like so fast that you don't even know how and when what processing happened. If suppose there's something that you have to analyze about, well, it's already done by then. It's hot and you just simply withdraw your hand. So it's really, really fast, much faster than you can even think about it. Now comes the question, what is our memory? Well, we all know, we all have been living into a computer age, and we know that memory is actually a unit, is actually a spare part used to acquire, store information. And the same job does our memory, which is in some form of flesh and bones and blood, and it is life, it is living, which is fixed inside our brain and does the same job as your computer memory or your mobile memory or your any other memory. Same ways our memory fixed into our brain works. Well, memory, yes, one more thing. Memory, do we all have a same fixed size memory? I mean, we have our computers with 32 GB, 64, then up to 540 GBs. But then, are human beings born with a fixed capacity of memory? No. Memory is actually a capability. And a capability, anything that is a capability can be increased or decreased. So, dear all, memory is something that you can increase in size. Well, how? Wonderful. If somebody gave me idea that today I can retain or store some information up to 32 GB, and if I only can increase it up to 64, wow, lovely. Everyone wants the maximum memory. We all want devices with the maximum memory, right? Well, yes, it can be increased. It can also be decreased. It's all on how you do it. It is actually the ability to how you remember. Well, actually, this whole process of having memory, learning, concentration, ability, it's all about a wish. It's all a vicious circle. You do one activity, you lead to the other. Then you do that activity, it leads you to the next. It's a stepwise and it's an ongoing process. So, children, every day we increase the memory, and every day to some extent it decreases back to its. So how to keep the memory high, maximum all the time? That is what is brain gym all about. That is what it will do to us. Now we have understood what the software that we need for our memory. How about the hardware? How do you think it works? To run a computer, you need a power supply. You need a compatible system. You need all that, all the motherboard, all those physical attributes have to meet that need. What in our body it is actually? Constant power supply. What is the constant power supply? Well, the magic here, the magical thing that is a constant power supply for us is oxygen. How is oxygen even transported from top to our toenail? It's through blood. Blood is something which carries all the nutrients and oxygen from this point to our toenails. How it works? Well, it needs a healthy blood, a good quality blood, which carries all the nutrients. So now it comes down to what do we need to do every day. It's brain gym is not an activity which you do it for 10 days and you leave it for next 10 days. It doesn't work like that. When we eat, our body functions, all the nutrients, everything is absorbed, right? Everything is absorbed. And as it is absorbed, and this whole process is again not time taking up. You eat, it happens, something here, blood supplied, oxygen, breathe. It's happening constantly. So it's not that you prepare for something, it's an auto system which is actually happening. But what do we see? We see the signs, we see the physical signs that actually come up. If suppose, let's say, if we have a good system that's running inside us, what will we see? We'll see shiny hair. We'll see pink nails. We'll see smooth skin cover all over our body. We'll see our teeth bright and clean. You know, all those people who eat something and they find that their food has stuck to their teeth. Well, that's not because of course, it is because the kind of a food you've eaten, but it also means how healthy are your teeth. Healthy teeth have their own way that you drink a glass of water, rinse your mouth a little, and it should be gone. If it doesn't, it means that there's something wrong with the quality of your teeth. A regular bowel system is definitely the first sign of a good health. Last but not the least, the most important thing is hydration. Hydration is something that we have to provide to our body. It is not available inside. Hydration is one of the most important aspects, even for your brain, even for your, just before, let's say you sit down to study. Let's say you've come from a play, you freshen up, you wash your face, you cool down a little, and now is the time for you to sit down and study. Please, please, please remember to drink one full glass of water before you sit down to study. We don't even think about it. When we feel thirsty, we drink. But it's very crucial, it's very important for you to give water to your body much before it asks for it. Why? As I said, the signal to the brain would be sent much later about how thirsty your body is, but that effect of dehydration, of no water, would have already happened in your body until you actually pick up a glass of water and drink. So remember to have a glass of water, 200 ml of water, before actually sitting down and start studying. It's the water which makes our blood healthy, capable of carrying all the nutrients to our body throughout. It's the water that makes our body circulate in a balance. All of us, we know what balance is. Any part of our body which will not have water will show you signs of, going closer to death, dying away. So it's water which is the most important, and we all really need to have that. Without water, nothing works. Look at this picture. We see so many different colors of radish kept on a table. How many of you agree with this picture? They're all radish. They were all made to grow in the same field with the same sunlight, same water, same nutrients provided. Yet, trust me, friends, this was an experiment made that all these radish were made to grow in the same soil with the same amount of nutrients, same amount of water, sunlight, everything was given same, and still the size and the color differed. Why? Why? Because every living organ, every human child, everything that these radish, these vegetables are live. We are not eating dead things. They are all live. The grains also, the food that we cook at, the dal that we cook at home, we always wash it and soak it for a while before actually cooking it. Why? When we soak that thing in water, well, friends, water has such beautiful things. It brings that grain back to life. When we have those sprouts and all, how water works, it brings it back to life. Same ways, So this is true. All of us are getting the same amount of nutrients, same amount of the input that goes inside, but yet we are different. Why? It's all on how we take things. In our case, we have a brain. We have a brain which directs, which guides, and which keeps giving signals time to time. This is good to eat. I don't want to eat. This is nice. I don't want to have. This is the way I sleep. It's not good. This is how I study. It's not good. This is what I study. Subject, I don't like it. So this kind of signals we keep getting from our brain. Now, 5 things that you have to keep in mind all the time. That is, as it says, adequate supply of blood to our body. So to make a blood healthy, eat well, drink well, keep hydrated, give enough repair time. Every human being needs a 6-hour time to sleep every day until the age of 55. After 55, you can reduce the sleep time. Why? Because that body has reached that stage when it has a faster repair system. Why? Because we've grown, we've matured up. A good body posture. When we sit down to study, we sit like this, we sit like that, we sit like this, we sit like this. It doesn't work. The blood supplies here in the neck, the shoulders, the hands, everywhere. They are the ones which are regularly supplying blood to our brain. If we sit lousy, clumsy in a wrong position, wrong posture, that blood supply is disrupted. If it's disrupted, 30 minutes of disruption of blood leads to shutdown of our brain system. It simply shuts down. It doesn't work. It stops functioning. Why? The constant supply of oxygen is also disrupted with that. So, maintaining a good body posture is important. Well, striking a balance is the most important thing to do. Strike a balance: eating, sleeping, masti, fun, food, study, games, everything. It's an individual plan. It doesn't work for everyone. It's not a global thing that I would say that everyone has to follow one thing and it would work like that. It doesn't work like that. So striking a balance is the most important thing. Now, these were the prerequisites for a brain gym. What is a brain gym? Well, brain gym is actually a place or a time that you allocate to yourself to get into some kind of activities which enhance your memory. A lot of children have come up with ideas of studying with the music. We have our brain, this part of our brain has a temperature. It needs oxygen. It has a span of concentration, which we can decrease and increase. What is span of concentration? Well, span of concentration is something, is actually a time period within which we can study or store something, constantly store something in our memory, and it will be stored without a disruption. Without any corrupt thing, it will be stored well. That is actually span of concentration. So when I say that if you sit down, let's say you sit down to study physics for a while, drink a glass of water and sit down. Sit with the watch yourself within the time period. You have to know that I am going to study, I'm going to solve, let's say 15 questions in 20 minutes. So that means you have 1 minute for one query, for 1 minute for one question. How will you get the maximum benefit? Only when you have time to watch yourself. So you got to keep that time with you to watch how much time did you take to cover those 20, whereas actually it should have been 15 minutes. No worries. Day 1, let's say we plan for this whole week from Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week, we plan. Sunday, we all give ourselves a break. It's a chutti day. So from Monday to Saturday, let's say I'm going to cover my 2 chapters. 3 days, 1 chapter, 3 days, the next chapter. First 3 days, you divide your chapter. Always have a plan ready for every day. Children, planning and organizing is very important for brain. Now you want your memory to expand in terms of physics, in terms of your concepts. Well, your concepts, While learning concepts, the most important thing is that you coordinate your mental and physical activity. So what is a physical activity is right. Whenever you're reading, never do it only reading. Always have a pen or a pencil in hand. Use your mental and physical both abilities to actually keep writing whatever you're reading. Let's say a lot of people say that look into the board, keep reading, make your hand move on paper, have rough notebooks, have notebooks dedicated only to write when you are not looking at. I don't say you will have a beautiful handwriting, I don't say the presentation on paper would be nice, no, but it's only coordinating your mental and your physical activity. So when we do that, the concept clarity, you try and do this, it's an open challenge, you do it, you read it and you keep writing with it on paper. The speed at which, the time at which that concept will get registered in your mind would be much less than what you usually do. So physical and mental coordination, well, I have told you that we need to sit in a good posture. It is all about, we have all our nerves passing through this area, so we have to give that blood supply. During the classrooms, when you have to spend 9 or 10 hours sitting in school and colleges and studying constantly, how to do that? Well, children, most of the places you're given a break after every 2 to 2.5 hours. After every 2.5 to 3 hours, you have a break. Do remember to stretch. Okay, fine. If I ask you, stretch like this, stretch. Stretch like this and keep it stretched. Let's see how long can you hold on. Let's see how long can you hold. Let's see. Tell me the moment it starts paining. It should pain here, these two places, because this is the supply of blood. And when you stretch it here, when you stretch your arms, this supply is stretched. Stretch means that the nerves get straightened up and it increases the supply of blood. So how soon you get the pain here is actually a sign that how big is the twist in your supply. There's a twist in your nerves which is disrupting the supply of brain. So the longer you can hold, good for you. But if suppose the time is shorter, it calls for a notice. You need to observe yourself and you need to constantly do this. There are a 5 set of neck exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rotate. 1. Then the other side. Then shoulders. 1, this, then opposite side. Then here, this, opposite direction, and then this stretching. Do this during your break times. And second thing, sit with the watch. Let's say for first week, the first week that we had planned for physics, let's say the first week you will be able to do that 2 topics, not fully, not very confidently, some here and there breaks would be there. But I assure you, do not leave hope, do not give up. Try the same thing for next 2 chapters for the next week. I assure you, everyone, whoever it is, at whatever age it may be, you will get the result in the very second time. It won't take long to show up your result. I won't say that you have to continue this for months and do it. No. If suppose you have a tough time coming up, let's say exam time coming up next month or maybe in next 6 months or something, be assured, if you start doing even 4 weeks before your exam, it works. It really works. Give your body a repair time and work upon it. Enhance the memory. Time is very important. And as I said, feel. How you feel after studying that subject, how you feel by doing that, let's say 20 sums in 20 minutes, how you feel? We feel happy, we feel confident. Well, that feeling of happiness and confidence is the feed for the memory enlargement. You understand what makes that? See, our body is made up of fluids. Okay, it's all about chemicals, it's all about electromagnetic transmitters fixed. So when we feel, the supply of charge increases, the hormones secretion increases, and that is what leads to the increase in memory. That is what leads to the increase in your span of concentration. You understand? It's not about, it's a brain thing. It's not a dead thing. It's not that physical thing that I have to solve a cube or something. No. Excuse me. It is your brain, which is under your control. How you control it is all about it. It's the choices that we make. Everything is available to us, right? We have everything available. We can sleep as long as we want. We can eat what we want. We can study what subjects you have. You have choice to make every time. But there are few points to remember. Always have water before doing any mental activity, which usually is avoided. Second, keep time. You should know in how much time you did what. Third, very important is to give yourself a repair time. Do give yourself a repair time. Let's say during your break time, you did this stretching. But another aspect, when we study for a very long time, let's say you study for 2 hours or 3 hours, the temperature of your the temperature of your head increases. It's higher than the usual. You can touch it and feel. You can touch your eyes and feel. You can touch your ears and feel. You will feel that it's usually hotter. Well, let me tell you another very interesting thing. When the temperature of our body, of our head actually increases, the memory ceases to work. It stops to work. It's not about slow or less or more. It simply stops to work. So at a certain temperature, the memory simply ceases to work. What if my body has reached that temperature? How do I bring that back to normal? Well, there's another thing, a very quick shot to do and a very, very effective. I have been doing that all my life. My family does, all the people who know me and who are working or wherever they are, they do it. Take a napkin, any hanky, any napkin, any cloth fabric that you carry with yourself in your pocket, take that out. Make it wet in normal tap water. Normal tap water. We don't want a cold water. It's a normal tap water. Wench it, wench that thing, remove the extra water that you have. Make it a fold, a rectangular fold. Cover your forehead, your this ear part and your ears, leaving your nostrils to breathe. Cover this whole part, and just when we do this, the blood supply is almost stopped. When we do this, when we are in this position, the blood supply almost stops. So if I stop it, let's say I stop it, we have that thing cover on our face, the eyes and forehead is covered with the wet towel, and we slide down in this position while sitting. Try, everyone, just try and do it right now with me. How does it feel? Now remove that napkin and sit down to study. I promise I can give it to you in writing that your memory has awakened. It is now back to, that emptiness it's back to register. It's back to full. Your whole body is feeling fresh. You can try this out. Go ahead and you will know about it. Because brain is a living thing. There's no magic that we do that, I'll just put in some kind of a plug here and switch on the supply of power or circuit and it'll be charged. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to do it. Sit down at the same time to study every day. For students, it's very important that if you have set, let's say 8:30 to 10:30 time as your study time, do practice this 2 hours of study time every day without fail. With this, our brain starts getting activated during that time the most. The brain it's very intelligent, right? It gets to know that what your routine is, it adjusts. We all have a body clock set inside. We have a clock that's fixed inside us, and our body starts responding to all the activities as per that body timing. Immediately, it is given that space. So it's not about it's not about just fun sake that I'm telling you, but it actually works. To get the maximum benefits of from your body, you got to put it on work at the same time for the same duration with time, well hydrated, in a good posture every day. I assure that be it physics, be it maths, be it theory, be it anything, you will get it all. Any questions? Anyone? Sir, anyone willing to ask me something about whatever I've been speaking until now?
Yeah, Sheetal, let me unmute. I mean, it was excellent demonstration, Sheetal. I was speechless. So I was doing all the things that you're showing, okay, behind the screen. I have questions actually, because I face a lot of time. One thing I like the most is drink water before you sit with the studies, okay? So most of the students generally, even my kids also do the same thing. We have to force them to drink water, right? And another important point is generally we take water when you feel thirsty, okay? By the time damage has done, right? That's what you said. So
Yes,
this
sir.
was a new takeaway for me. I never thought that this is going to happen. So definitely this is what I do. Whenever I go to class, I ask the students to drink water before I start the class. Why?
Yes, sir.
Because what happens during the class, they start taking water bottle that disturb the class. So I said, before I start the class, have plenty of water, okay? And
So
that,
you were actually telling them to have water for a different reason, but it had different effects also.
That's I never know that. From tomorrow onwards, I'm going to specify this, right? Yeah, my purpose is different. I never thought that is going to affect the brain, but the problem is to avoid the disruption, because we know in class, if one guy starts drinking water, that the immediately other will look at them, so it disturbs the class as a whole. And that's a nice point you said, and even the exercises that you showed us today, that's very, very interesting. I have one question, Sheetal. Can you answer this? Because
Please,
many
sir.
students say that I don't remember particular subject or that. Is it true? The brain has
Yes,
that
sir.
problem?
Yes, sir.
What exactly means?
So what happens is, let's say a child says that I'm not good at maths. I'm not, I hear this very naturally. People coming to me and they say that mathematics do not come naturally to me. Like I'm not born with the capability to study maths. Well, that's not true. That's only a thing which we have, registered in our mind, that I'm not good at maths. But the real truth is that there are other factors which are attached to this. Maybe something happens when you sit down to do maths. There's something else that you do. First biggest disruption is this only, that I cannot do. When we speak, when we speak, we are doing two things. We are speaking and we are listening our own words. So two sense of organs are involved. When we speak, I cannot do. I hear that. So my brain is registering that twice. I'm speaking and I'm listening. So 20% of my brain is already got the signal of not doing it. Then let's say there are other aspects. Maybe we have a brother, sister, friend, XYZ, which we are compared to. That person may be doing maths better and I'm not doing it. It's just an example that I'm giving you. Or there could be some teacher. There's sometimes students are not accustomed to all the types of teaching, and that teacher was teaching it. Some point of time in past life, that child experienced not a very good time during that year with some particular teacher with maths. So he again develops a thing in his mind that he cannot do maths. So 30% of our brain has already rejected maths. With 70%, if you will do now again, we are not willing to do it beforehand. Then it is the little, because we have to patiently sit down and study what like, even if I say a very simple thing, if I say there, if I keep 10 students sit in front of me and I say, okay, there are 8 baskets of mangoes and each basket has 24 mangoes. So how many mangoes do I have in total? Somebody would do a 24 plus 24 plus 24 8 times, and somebody would simply multiply 24 into 8 and give. So it's actually the bend of mind. Sir, as a child, as a small founding years, why do we say that foundation years are very important? As a child, during your foundation years, if you did not do really, if you did not pick up maths, or with half memory, if you registered mathematics, then this kind of problems they come up. But it's repairable, it can be worked upon. If somebody says that I cannot do maths well, with my way of doing it, or if the child is ready to do, see, so a lot of times when I talk about brain gym, 50% of the activities that I tell of brain gym, people make fun of. They don't take it seriously. They don't take it seriously because it's, they think that some magic, I should pack things in some box, give it to them, they go, either they eat it or sleep with it or plug it, and they want immediate magic. It doesn't work like that. It's a living thing. It's a live thing. It doesn't work. So same ways is, sir, if somebody says that I cannot do some particular subject, well, yes, that's true, but that person can work upon it. It can be overcome. It 100%. You can overcome that inability by 100%, I assure.
Thank you, Sheetal. I have one more question. See, I heard that there are two types of brains. One is a logical brain, another is a memory. So
Yes.
I heard one botany or some geology teacher saying that, yeah, those students who wish to go for BPC, they should have that memory. And those who wish to take MPC, they should have logic brain. Is it true?
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
We have such brains?
Yes, sir, we have such brains, and we have such tests also. Like we have such tools which will test your memory and test your brain and actually do a mapping of your mind and tell you that which aspect of which field are you good at. If we adopt that part, why? Because our brain is already developed for that, is already compatible. Actually, if I say it's already compatible for that subject. And if we take up that subject, we definitely do well. It's true. Absolutely true.
Achha. And one more question is, generally people say that get up early morning, the brain works faster.
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir. Because as you are a physics lecturer, I would say that our Earth is a magnetic field.
Yeah. Yes.
Our Earth is a magnetic field, and the basic source of keeping us live is blood, which is what? Iron.
Okay.
Right? Why do now everyone must have heard that we have magnetic therapies to repair a lot of physical aspects of our body. So when we wake up early with the rising sun, with the how sun moves, the magnetic effect of Earth on our body also keeps changing. So during the morning when sun goes up, the blood circulation, the blood also rises. So when the blood circulation is at maximum in our head, definitely whatever we study, whatever memory work we do, or whatever we do, the productivity would be nearly 100%. True,
So,
absolutely true.
You suggest that students should get up early in the morning and sit with the books.
Sir, I suggest that whatever they plan, they should stick to their schedule. It should not be that one day you're waking up at 6, the other day you're waking up at 4 o'clock, then you sleep till 10. So today is Sunday, let me sleep till 12. No, that should not be done. That is, you are damaging your body. You are giving wrong, our brain, like with the computer system, you have to give instructions to do something. Same goes with our brain. Our brain works on instructions. It doesn't have a sense of its own. When I touch something hot, only then it will know it's hot. It doesn't tell me before the activities actually happen that be careful, this won't happen. It doesn't work like that. So whatever signal our body gets, let's say today I wake up at 5, I gave a different signal to my body. My body went through a different routine. I ate, I slept, everything at a different time, right? So my physical body received different instructions at different time. Next day, after 24 hours only, I wake up at a different time and I give different set of instructions to my body. I eat at different time, I sleep at different time, I do things, my body posture is in different forms at different times. Then third day different, fourth day different, 5 day different. So that ways you are damaging your brain. It will get, it will go corrupt. It won't know when to do, it'll go crazy. So that is not a good thing. Whatever time you wake up, let's say you wake up at 6, you wake up at 7, you wake up at 10, you wake up at 9, whatever. but keep it fixed. Even on Sundays, what I feel is you should wake up at the time that you every day wake up. If you want to sleep, you can sleep after 2 hours or 3 hours. That's a different thing. But wake up at the same time. Give your brain right signals every day.
Yeah, but nowadays these kids, if you talk to them, they say that, sir, I can wake up. I mean, I can still be there awake up to 2 o'clock, but I cannot get up at 5 o'clock, right? So now night owls, I say, right? These guys nowadays, majority of the students, they want to stay late, right? But for them, it is impossible to get up in the early morning, even at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We see students getting at 7 o'clock, right? They rush to the college, they don't take proper breakfast, and definitely that affects there afterwards. Okay, so what suggestion you give them, those who want to study late in the night? What suggestions you give?
For all those who want or who feel that they study better at night, my first and foremost thing would be try and bring slight little changes in your body. Every 3 hours, eat something. Every 3 hours, eat something. Do not stay without eating for a long time, because when at night, the whole system works at a different speed. Our digestive system, our breathing system, our nervous system, it all works at a different speed. Why? Because as I said, Earth is a magnetic field, and during no sun hours, the dark sunlight hours, the Earth's emission of those magnetic rays has changed. So your body won't respond the same way as you did. Study at night, make sure during the day you have been eating at 3 hours gap, been well hydrated, and keep that time of studying fixed. Let's say 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Then study from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Sleep by 2 o'clock or 2:30. But do wake up at the max by 7. Even if as many hours of sleep it may be, but do not sleep beyond 7 o'clock. Because after 7 o'clock, when sun reaches a certain height, if you do not get those rays, if our body is in a lying position, if we don't stand up, clots form in our brain. Clotting starts forming in our body when we don't do it. And that won't affect you because you are young right now. But yes, at a later stage or during your, when our body needs to work extra, as I said, exam time, or maybe, some stressful days, study more, complete, you all have to complete your notes. So you sit down whole night completing your notes. So these are, when the body demands more time. So during that time, those clots play a very important role. They get stuck and they disrupt the supply of oxygen, and you cannot do it. And then you sit and cry, and we make things panicky for all of us. So sleeping at night, it's all right, it's okay if you've been doing that for long. A lot of people do it for peace, that they get the peace only during the night. That's fine, but then you got to have a fixed time, and waking up time has to be fixed, not sleeping beyond 7 o'clock.
Yeah, thank you. So I have one more question, because these are all the questions generally students ask me. See, nowadays, if you look at these students, they'll get up at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, they'll pack the bag, and they'll sit in a bus or a car or an auto, they'll go to the college, and again they'll sit in between the four walls. Okay, and during this time I see my daughter even. So where is the time for them to expose their body to sunlight? Okay, does this sunlight affects our brain?
So yes, of course, vitamin D that we get only and only from sun is the most important element in keeping a good, is actually helps us in repair. When we sleep, our body undergoes a repair system. There are everyday wear and tear that happens to our body internally. So that damage is repaired only during sleep. And what makes it happen is vitamin D. So whatever vitamin D we absorb. Sir, it's a very interesting thing that even 10 minutes of direct sun exposure on our skin, not with clothes. This is the reason that, when we see out of India, where countries where sun show is very less, they simply remove their clothes and lie down in sun. It's only because sun is absorbed directly by skin, not with clothes. So 10 minutes of sun exposure 3 to 4 days a week is enough to get that vitamin D.
So definitely it affects your brain also.
It doesn't affect it. It is the basic need of our brain actually.
Okay. And one more question, Sheetal. The many students say that, and even parents also believe, right? My son or daughter is a dumb. Basically, see, they were born like this, right? So, is it true that a kid will born like that, or some people we see they just read 5 minutes and they'll understand everything? Is it lack of concentration, or is lack of? Is it physically they were born like that? So, what is exactly?
So some disabilities are there physically, definitely. In some
Okay.
cases, it happens, but most of them can be worked upon. As I said, our brain gets signal, it works on signal. So when parents say that my child is born with it, they are accepting that it is born with it and it will never change. It remains like that. So what the signal that our brain gets, again, with different sense of organs, is that we cannot do it. It's like this and it remains like that. So as parents, we should never do that. We should never take, even I have seen during my past few years of experience, I have seen children who are even born with certain difficulties have overcome them with constant positive response from their parents, because a child doesn't know how things are, they're new to this world. It's the parents who have to make sure that it doesn't happen. So yes, there are some things which are birth related disabilities or deformations or lack of our physical physical things, physical and new essential body things that we have to supply. And it's only the blood, actually. When a child is in the womb, a mother's womb, it's still in the formation. So the mother's blood quality, the mother's supply of oxygen to the child is something that affects their brain. That is why I say that all the ladies who are pregnant should definitely sit down in with cross leg position. That is the position where the blood supply is maximum to the womb, to the stomach area. So we should sit in cross leg position for 20 minutes every 2 hours. If you want a child to be born with extraordinary brain, during pregnancies, sit down. Whatever we eat is good, but important is whatever we eat, is that actually reaching the child? Well, it will reach the child only through your blood, and that blood will reach your child when you sit in a position where circulation is happening. So yes, there are people who are born with it, but they are repairable.
That's a wonderful
Most of them
thing.
are repairable.
Yeah, wonderful thing. Even I read, I want to add an example to it. Recently, I've seen one video when Thomas Alva Edison was in school. Okay. He was literally, he was not that active, or he's not as similar to other guys. Okay. And one day, teacher wrote a letter, and that letter was given to his parent, right? And when mom read the letter, and she asked mom what was written letter, they said that they're very proud of you, and they like you so much, and you are a very smart kid. So she said all the positive things, right? And they said that they cannot handle you because exceptionally well. So with that, she closed the letter and she started training him. So after 15-20 years later, when she died, this guy opened the letter. But what actually it was written the opposite. Okay. So your son is dumb. We cannot handle him. Please get off this school. So that is the power of conditioning, I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
Definitely, if the parents start giving them what called as you can do it.
So for an individual, I'll give you one more thing which really works for our brain. For every individual, let's say we come across a problem, let's say we come across an obstacle, and we start getting a feeling inside that we can't do it. I cannot do it. The first thing is to just simply let it go. We don't have to accept that, I can't do it, but we just have to let it go. It's all right. If we can't do, it's all right. It's simply, if parents also start, let's say a child goes after an examination, a child goes home after an examination and he says, I've done really well, and it's crying, and he says, I've done so well, I don't think so, I'll pass. What parents should be doing is, it's all right. It's okay. Just listen. Don't give your reaction immediately. We should not do that.
So, and many people say that I forget as soon as I complete the exam. So, is there a remedy for not to forget the things that I've learned?
So that is, yes, of course, there's a big remedy. As I said, while learning, there is a span with which a memory retains, and it depends on how you study. During the exam, when we study under stress only for the exam. Let's say we do Pythagoras theorem. I don't know much of maths, but whatever I know, let's say we do Pythagoras theorem, and we do it in a hasty manner. We only do it with example. Okay, this means this, that this. Okay, we do this, that kind of a thing. So every time when you will study only for an exam purpose, that span of memory would only be until exam. But when you study with a peaceful mind to actually work upon it and give it practice time. How many of students who actually give practice time while studying for exams? How many?
Yeah, that's very few.
Hardly.
Yes,
Hardly.
yes.
So that is the reason, sir.
So I always say that never read anything out of fear, right? Read out of purpose. So these students generally we see at intermediate level, they'll do seasonal studies. So whenever even they are seasonal, got the fear of God also, right? Whenever there is exam, they'll go to temples. And this actually, I think that is the main problem with the students. Okay. So, and that is actually conditioning them. See, once they get the marks, they believe that is their capacity. Not planning for a while, or not studying for long hours. And when they get the results, they thought that even the parents also have the same belief system that this guy cannot do beyond this. Okay. Because as you said rightly, they are doing hastily for the exam sake, they're preparing, right? And with that type of preparation, they definitely end up with less marks. And that's what they're believing, that they are capable of only that much. Okay, beyond that's not possible. So wonderful, Sheetal. You have done a very good job. You answered so many questions because every time the students, especially I like the water therapy that you suggested today. I definitely ask the students, I'll explain the
One
purpose.
thing which everyone can very easily practice every day is one is water therapy, and one very important thing is have a regular schedule. Your wake up time and time to do your subjects. Like if we study maths 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, then every day study maths 4 to 5. Over a week, within 5 days, your brain will start responding much faster to maths at 4 o'clock. If you study, other than, let's say, one day you have to sit at 11 o'clock in maths. During that time, you yourself will observe how you do. You will say that 4 to 5, I can do so much. But why 11 o'clock it took that long? Why? Because your brain was ready beforehand. Now it knows after 5 days of working at the same time, it knows that I have to prepare for numbers. For numbers and alphabets, we have a different process in brain. So when we study maths at 4 to 5 every day for 5 consecutive days, the 6th day you will see that your brain is working faster. This is a brain gym activity. Studying particular subject at that time every day. For late nights people who study, give yourself maths, economics, physics, chemistry, those slots, even at night. So your brain will respond faster. That is one. Water is one. So 5 points that we take away today is water is definitely one. Water, good food, and good sleep. Second is keeping your body ready to study all the time. That is temperature, as I said, covering your head with that wet cloth for 10 minutes. It reduces the temperature of your brain, and your memory is again ready to work upon, like long hours. More than 3 hours of study at a stretch, after 3 hours, I assure 100% the brain memory ceases. It doesn't work. So you have to give yourself break, and that temperature has to be brought down. That is keeping your body ready. All these things are to keep your body ready. Second, study at the same time, same subject at the same time every day. Even if it is alternate days, try to keep it the same time. The brain is smart enough to get that signal that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will study maths at 4 o'clock. It will be ready. Third point, very important, is keeping time. Sit with the clock. Do not lousy, clumsy ways, duration of doing. At leisure, you are doing one problem in 5 minutes. Next day, you are taking 3 minutes. Next day, you're taking 9 minutes. Don't do that. Watch yourself with time. So keeping a watch all the time while you study every subject or concept is a signal to our brain that, hurry up, man, hurry up fast. Oh, that is again a signal. Fourth thing, to study maths or physics, let's say one day you don't get it, 2 days you don't get it, third day you will definitely get. Don't give your brain that signal, I can't do. Don't do that. Fifth and the most important thing is never, 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 never give up. Keep doing it, keep practicing. I promise you will get it.
Wow, beautifully said.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. One thing I learned, studying the same subject at the same duration, that was a very good point, which you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Because
Same
the
time.
students generally, students what generally they do is, depending on the teacher, they'll do work. Okay. If
Yes.
I am very strict in physics, they do my work first. Okay.
Yes.
So irrespective of the time zones. Okay. But that's maybe another problem, right? These students don't have the clarity, right? When to study. So I think when we program our mind, okay, so definitely, as you said, it will automatically get ready for the subject that you have intended to. Wow,
Yes,
that's these points are definitely takeaway points. And those people who are watching this video live in YouTube, a lot of people are watching YouTube, and definitely, I think this session is going to help a lot. And thank you, Sheetal, for sparing so much time.
What I request, I have one request.
Yeah.
All the viewers, all the listeners, please practice these few things: exercising, reducing the temperature, and same time thing and water for this whole week. Today is Sunday. Let's start from tomorrow. Let's do it. Let's start from tomorrow until Friday, and next Monday or next Sunday, please drop a mail on telling how it is. There is a next level to brain gym. This is only the basic things that I have spoken today. There's a next level to brain. I will give you exact very good exercises to people who are poor in physics, people who are poor, because physics, as I know, sir, though you are a physics person, but still I would speak about physics for 1 minute. Physics is all about visualization. If we can visualize the signal, the necessary signal to the brain to study maths, to study physics is done. You know, where half the job is already done. The battle is half won when we visualize it. So people who cannot visualize physics, trust me, get that thing in you. Start visualizing. Actually get lost sometimes and think, how it is. So the moment you start doing it, I think you get physics. I don't know, sir, if I'm right or wrong, but this is how it has been.
You rightly said. That's what Einstein said. A person who cannot imagine cannot understand physics.
Yes. So same thing is, so with my brain gym exercises today, what I've given is a very basic brain gym platform, which is usually, in fact, it's even before a stage one, pre-stage one I have given today. But there are stages. There are for your particular things, I will be very happy and ready to give you solutions and ways to enhance your memory and your body for particular very particular thing. So by next Monday, I would be happy if you have some difficulties, if you practice these few things, if you keep your body ready, next Sunday, drop mails and I'll be happy to reply.
Definitely, and this is a great opportunity for the viewers. Please utilize the situation. Please drop a message. Even if you send us, we'll send it to Ms. Sheetal. And definitely, you have done a very good job. I think this was so much of this. That shows you how much experience you are in dealing with this. And definitely, Sheetal, this is just a beginning. We would love to have one more session with you after a few months or after a few weeks. Okay.
So it only depends on what kind of questions we get.
Yeah, definitely. We'll interact more and more.
I would want to make it. The next session should be need centric. What is needed, so we give.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea. Uma Mahesh, you want to ask any question, Ms. Sheetal? Uma Mahesh, are you there? He is a good friend of mine. He's working in Geetham. Uma Mahesh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. It was.
You want to ask a question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful session. Actually, I can take away that water kind of thing. I'll definitely tell my students to do that, as Venkatesh sir told me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Uma Mahesh is working in Geetham as associate professor in Geetham College. Thank you, Uma Mahesh, for joining for so long. You are there. Sheetal will wind up for today's session. You have done
Yes,
a
sir.
very good job, and definitely we are so honored to have you in this
Thank you, sir.
platform.
So am I. Sir. So am I.
So definitely your expertise and your experiences will definitely help the students community, and we will look forward for such sessions in the future. Thanks for your cooperation.
Sir, I'm
Thank
all
you.
yours. Please use me as you please.
Definitely, thank you, Miss. Thanks for that. Okay, thank you.
Bye, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening,
viewers,
everyone.
and
Thank you.
yeah, we are winding up the session. I thank all the participants and all the students, teachers, parents who are witnessing this live show from 1.5 hours. So thank you once again for joining. Let's see you in the next webinar.